Tonight at 10, the secret papers that show the Post Office fought sub-postmasters in court, knowing its case was untrue.
I'm shocked. I really am shocked.
We showed the draft report to a barrister who defended Post Office victims and to a sub-postmistress who wrongly lost her job and her reputation. Good evening. It's emerged the Post Office spent £100 million of public money fighting wrongly accused sub-postmasters in court, even though it knew its case was untrue. The BBC has uncovered a draft report that reveals that by 2017, the Post Office had seen evidence showing that the losses at Post Office branches could have been caused by remote access to its Horizon computers by Fujitsu, who supplied the system. Despite that, the Post Office lawyers kept arguing until 2019 that theft or mistakes by sub-postmasters must have been to blame. Zoe Conway has the story.
In Howie, mid-Wales, there is something missing. For years, this house was the village post office, but not anymore.
This was all part of the shop, and then the post office was at the end.
Joan Bailey and her husband had to give up the jobs they loved after being accused of stealing. There was a £40,000 shortfall in the accounts. She suspected the Horizon system was at fault. The numbers on her computer screen would change overnight.
We were in bed. Nobody else can get in the house.
When they were suspended from running the post office, some villagers assumed they'd stolen the money.
We were just pariahs. To be thought of as a thief, it just seems wrong that we should be treated this way.
What Joan couldn't have known, and what this secret 2017 report makes clear, is that her account could be accessed remotely without her knowledge, and that the system was full of bugs and flaws. Commissioned by the Post Office, the report by Deloitte said Fujitsu employees had the ability to amend or delete transactions entered by branch staff. The system wouldn't flag up to a postmaster a change had been made, and those changes could cause a shortfall in branch accounts. It also said a malicious actor could potentially change data, though there's no evidence this happened.
Going to law will force the Post Office to open their files. So, finally, we'll get to know everything the Post Office knows.
The sub-postmasters took the Post Office to court in 2018. By then, Post Office management, lawyers and investigators knew about findings within the report. But instead of coming clean, they kept it secret. Despite knowing their defence was false, they continued to discredit the postmasters.
I'm shocked. I really am shocked.
The barrister who acted for the sub-postmasters has never seen the report before.
This is exactly the sort of thing that we would have wanted to have and to analyse and put in front of the judge. It's them admitting that they could do in 2017 something they were still denying that they could do in 2019.
The case dragged on for 2 years. It cost the taxpayer more than £100 million.
I don't think the case should have happened. It should have been settled. And it's a great shame. Some of the people have died since then without having their names cleared. It's tragic and very, very sad.
When victory came, it was bittersweet. The vast majority of the postmaster's compensation was swallowed up in legal fees. The Deloitte report also vindicates Ron Warmington. Previously employed by the Post Office to investigate Horizon, he proved postmasters' accounts could be accessed by others.
Mainly Fujitsu, maybe also Post Office staff, that'll come out, were routinely altering branch accounts without keeping any record of who was doing what, or more importantly, what they were doing.
Lord Arbuthnot has been a long-time campaigner on behalf of the postmasters.
I've been trying to bring the Post Office to a sense of its own responsibilities, but why they did it is very hard to see how people can lose all sense of morality in the way that the Post Office clearly did.
In a statement, the Post Office said it was deeply sorry for the impact the scandal has had on people and told the BBC the public inquiry's next phase would look at the issues raised. Fujitsu said that it regards this matter with the utmost seriousness and offered its deepest apologies to the sub-postmasters and their families.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Joan is still fighting for compensation, but justice is about so much more.
Dignity is something you can't buy with any amount of money. It's got to be there for people to think, I've got my dignity back now, and I'm not going to be called a liar anymore.
Zoe Conway, BBC News, Howie.